Hello and welcome to this webcast provided to you by the Office of the Yukon Information and Privacy Commissioner. Today we will be having a look at how you can detect fake websites when doing your holiday shopping. A few days ago, I was looking to buy running shoes for myself. Most stores have run out because of supply chain issues. As you can see here, various shoes have actually sold out, and if you would click on these other shoes, you would find that either they don't have a lot of sizes anymore or very long delays in shipping time. So I continued searching for these shoes via Google, and I ended up on this website. It was well, I was very happy to find this website since it still had everything in inventory. It has really good prices, as you can see. This is the official Icebug Canada website, and prices are quite a bit more expensive for similar running shoes as they are with this website. And it's a good looking website, so I filled up my cart and went to the checkout. And at that point I decided to do my due diligence because it was a bit cheap, these shoes. So how do you check if a website is real or whether you're dealing with a scam? Well, there is no silver bullet in detecting a website that might try to sell you shoes that they don't actually have or don't have any intention of sending you. There are a couple of tricks actually that you can use to determine whether you're dealing with a fake website or not with a high degree of certainty. I used to work as a software engineer, so I know a little bit about how these websites work, and I will in these videos I'll try to show a couple of techniques that you can use to find out whether you're dealing with a scam or not. This will include a couple of common sense indicators such as price, but we'll also be looking at technical indicators. If you do find out that the website is fake after you've already made a purchase, be sure to report it to the right authorities. The Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre and the local police would be your best bets. I have here the website of the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre open, and it's actually also a really good resource to learn more about the various scams going on, and they even have some metrics as to what their impact is at this moment. And they recommend as well reporting it to the local police. And another thing you might do is report it to the brand itself. So in my case, I detected that this was a fake website for the Icebug brand. I reported it, and they were grateful, but unfortunately they did not give me a pair of free shoes I was looking for. That being said, if you report it, then the person that comes after you might not go through the trouble of dealing with this scam or trying to get their money back, and the world might be a bit of a better place. So we'll now have a look at some common sense indicators to tell whether you're dealing with a fake website or not. So the one that's most obvious in this case is the relatively low prices. And the scammers behind this site are relatively smart in that they do not charge a ridiculously low price for the shoes, because else it might raise suspicion. But the prices that you see here are at least 30-40% cheaper than on any website that sells comparable Icebug shoes. So the moment you see very low prices, that's a good indicator to be extra alert on what's going on. I mean, it might be just a good sale, but chances are it is not. What might be an even bigger indicator is that when you actually look at these shoes, they have all sizes in stock. Currently there is a supply chain issue for a lot of clothing and shoes, and when you go to real web shops, they have a lot of products sold out, or other ones only in very limited sizes. So that's another indicator that you should be aware of the potential of a scam. Another one is free shipping. So many web shops have this, of course, but other shops will not. I mean, it's not an indicator that a web shop is a scam when it has free shipping, but it's more the aggregate of all these too good to be true features. So free shipping, money back guarantees, everything in stock, low prices. Then there's the issue of spelling mistakes. So the descriptions for these shoes have been ripped from other websites and are when you would click on one of these, you could get a pretty good description in proper English. However, the developers of this website have made a spelling mistake in well, the front page of the web page, and it's unlikely that a professional web store would make such a mistake. Another indicator that's pretty good indicator of folks behind the website not being legit is having a look at the privacy notice, the shipping and return policy, and the contact us part of the page. Usually all the way down you can find navigation to these pages, and when you do, in this case, the privacy page is, well, it's not really readable because of all the capitalization used in the description. But if you do take care to read, you'll find references to acts that only apply in the United States, not in Canada. On the shipping page, you will find some very interesting wording. As you can see, this particular website sells running shoes, although the shipping policy refers to engraved items. Well, I don't know about you, but I don't have my running shoes engraved. It would be pretty special. The contact form is another one that might be a good indicator. So this contact page only has a comment box, only has a message box, no phone number for the company, no physical location for the company. So clearly not a lot of attention has been paid to making this look like a legit store. So you will actually encounter at times fake web stores that do have these kind of details listed, albeit fake, but they have not even gone through the effort of doing that. We will now talk about indicators on which you cannot rely to know whether a website is a scam or not. So one indicator that's often mentioned by, for example, banks, is to check whether the little lock is present in your browser bar. The little lock indicates whether your connection with the website is secure. This means that nobody can snoop on your information that you send to this website or that this website sends to you. In this case, since the website is a scam, all it does is ensure that nobody snoops on the information you transmit to the scammer. So where it is a valid security measure, it can also be used by fraudulent websites to create a sense of legitimacy and to ensure that actually nobody else steals your credit card information, for example, except them. Another indicator on this page is here the logos of the payment companies. This doesn't mean anything. It gives an air of legitimacy to the website, but it's just an image, and anybody who can develop a website can put an image on this web page. Lastly, the use of logos is also one of those measures to create a sense of validity and legitimacy. So here they have used the official Icebug logo, even in like the little thumbnail in your browser bar. It all looks the same as one of the valid web shops. Again, it's very easy to just rip that from another web shop and upload it to your own website if you're a scammer. We will now look at some technical indicators you can use to try to verify whether a website is legit or not. One of the tools I often use to get a higher degree of certainty of whether a website is legit or not is the Wayback Machine. This is an archive hosted by the webarchive.org, and in it they store history of websites. So when you punch in a website address here, you will see whether the Wayback Machine has actually captured images of the website on a specific point in time. So what happens with fraudulent websites, with scams, is that they usually are developed and brought live just before the holiday season. So chances are that the Wayback Machine does not actually have a capture of this website. So I've run the check, and indeed there's no capture for this domain. If you would take a legit website like icebergcanada.com, you will actually be able to find snapshots of that website going way back. And with those snapshots, you can see what that website looked like on that point in time. And this is less relevant because you just want to know that the website existed basically and was selling shoes at that time. But as you can see, they've been in operation for quite a while and have been selling shoes for a long time. Another good technical indicator to look at when you want to verify whether you're dealing with a legitimate site or not is to look at the source code of the web page. By clicking the right mouse button and going to View Page Source, you'll be able to obtain a copy of some of the front-end code that the website uses to display text and images. If you take a brief look through the code, you might not understand any of the coding on the web page, but these pieces of text here behind the double slash are comments made by the coders. So what we learned from this is that this website was probably designed in East Asia. In and of itself, this is not an indicator that the website is a scam, but it does tell us where this site was developed. Some closing thoughts regarding how to protect yourself online when shopping this holiday season. These scams that we discussed are about money and personal information. It is not just about you wiring money to the scammer. They will also try to obtain your credit card information and likely ask you to create a username and password. Both are valuable to these scammers, especially a username and password. If you're in the practice of reusing usernames and passwords, they will try to use the same credentials for all the services you might have subscribed to. They might try to steal or use your Spotify or Netflix account. They might go shopping on your Amazon account. Another thing that's good to realize is that personal information trades on online forums and, for example, the dark web for varying amounts of money. Especially personal health information is very valuable. So if you're shopping for anything related to healthcare, be careful with giving out any information relating to your health. It's more valuable than, for example, a credit card sometimes, because a credit card number can be changed, but a diagnosis really says something about you and cannot be easily changed, unfortunately. So be very wary of personal information and personal health information collections by stores, or for example, applications that are on your phone. There's no silver bullet to detect the legitimate from the illegitimate collections by web stores or apps. But if you use your common sense and some of the tricks we showed today, you are in a better place to spot the scam. Lastly, I would like to point out that our website has a handout regarding online safety when shopping during the holidays. There's tips there on how to shop online without getting defrauded out of your money or your personal information. It's worth checking out. Thank you for listening.